Okay, so we're back 10 minutes before the market opens and just recapping what we saw yesterday. So, yesterday, the short position from my 325 playing the top of the range worked out great, but it didn't hit take profit, which was my 3075, which was right around here, right around this area. It didn't hit that. The candlesticks look like it did, but it didn't hit that until after the the regular session. So it hit that during the Globex session at like 9 or 10 p.m. or something like that, which means I was forced to close out early at like 4:45, which is when I set my alarms to. I have to be out of the positions before 4:59 p.m. Otherwise, it's considered a violation of this prop firm. So that's the kind of thing that kind of annoys me. I like to swing trade, and then I was like, okay, the downtrend will probably push it back down, but I was just forced to get out earlier than I wanted to. But it's okay. A win is a win. Take profit is take profit. However, things like that do eat into the profitability of my trades because I have my take profits set so far the way. I don't think I had a single win where it completed a full quarter within the day. Um, there were opportunities. There were certainly days that happened. I just missed those days, so it just hasn't been in the cards for me. Before this market opens, I think that this was a nice area to play. I think the 175 to front run the 250 is working out pretty good. I wonder if I wish I was in it right now. What we can do here is we can set up an order. It's a little bit aggressive, but assuming this candle wants to hold, we can do the same position now right here. We are in a downtrend now. I am looking for more sells than anything else. So we can do our typical 250 take profit, 75 stop loss, and play this area right here. And trying to think, do I want the 250 in as well? I will consider the 250 at assuming if it comes to it. I will consider the 250 after this thing breaks. So I'm going to add an alert. No, that's wrong. That's the wrong alert. Let me cancel that alert. And I just want price alert. Alert. And let me change that down to 250 exactly. That'll let me know that I got stopped out of this position. I like the way that this zone is forming. Hopefully this candle prints pretty slow and then does a retracement, fakes people out, picks me back up, and then resumes the downtrend. That's what I'm hoping for. I do kind of like, I did kind of expect a move like this, to be honest, where the 33,000 is holding pretty good. Um, this is a major level. Not surprising to see a pre-market bounce off of this level. And there are ways that I can like take advantage of this too. So one of the things that I need to be more nimble about because of the restrictions of being such a day trading oriented platform with this prop firm is I have to get out of the swing trade mindset and just like let things ride. I need to be a little bit more aggressive and look for things that are um, more short term, but still maintain my quarters trading edge, but on a smaller time frame, because not only do they enforce a daily close before the regular session, they also have a subscription fee. So I can't just kind of let things ride and have it make business sense. Like the cost of keeping a prop firm evaluation alive, there's a cost associated with it over time. It's not a one-time fee and unlimited time. It's unlimited time with a monthly fee. It's completely different in terms of managing the business cost of it. So uh, it forces me to be slightly more aggressive, but that's okay. It just means I need to shift my trading onto a smaller time frame and and recalibrate my edge. So that being said, this would have been a really great trade if I had placed it, I guess late last night. If I had seen, towards the end of last night, I did see this divergence appear, lower low, um, and higher low on the RSI, lower low on the price, which means the 33,000 is like screaming for an opportunity. Now, instead of doing a screaming opportunity to pick up the full 250, because in order to get the full 250, I would have had to violate the previous lower high created here. The safer way to do that would have been to just trade smaller. So I can still get a 3-to-1 or a 4-to-1 if I just go either 25.75 or so 25 stop loss, 75 take profit, or 50.150. I still get a 3-to-1, right? The ratio is still maintained. It's not 75 to 250 is a little bit higher than 3-to-1. It's 3.33 to 1. But I don't need that every time. I don't need to complete a full quarter every time, especially since there's restrictions on that preclude me from achieving that every time. So it does mean I have to look at the charts more often. It does mean I need to trade a higher volume. It does mean I need to be willing to stomach more losses because I'm at a more losses like average per day. My percentage overall should still balance out, but if you're trading more with more volume, there's more frequency of potentially seeing like 3 or 4 or 5 losses in a row, right? There's a higher chance of that happening within one day, like before I get to like, get over it and sleep on it or something like that. So, so how can I actually put my money where my there's the opening bell. How can I put my money where my mouth is? I can do something like that right now if I were to try to play this area again, because there was good price action here. So I think I can afford to take this again. It already tested itself, like I don't know what happened at 8:30, but it already tested it. It already did. It went up and then came back down into the 33,000 area. Right now, there's a lot of activity right now because it's literally the opening bell. Hopefully, this gets picked up. If this gets picked up, I might have to cut this short. So this is what I'm saying. Like, there's just more to do now. It's not as simple as it used to be, where I just take one trade because I don't care. It's an unlimited amount of time. I can be very lackadaisical, and things are still in my favor. So now what I'm doing is taking a 150 or 50 to 150, 3-to-1. And this is only a $50. So I'm just gonna take one variable at a time. Keep the lot size the same. Although if I wanted to keep it consistent, here's the this is what it would be if I wanted to keep the risk the same. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just keep the risk the same instead of. So now things look a little bit different. Now I'm taking different size trades and everything. So this looks like it's going to pick me up there, which is fine. I believe in this zone. I could be wrong, but because I have this right here, this is going to interfere. This area is now going to interfere. So now I have a decision to make. Like, do I believe more in my bigger trade, and I'm going to take this out of the way, or do I believe do I move my take profit, like in front of this a little bit, and try to play both the top and the bottom of the range, which is way more like I have to be. It's way more aggressive, and it requires me to be right twice instead of right once, which is, you know, like that's harder. So if this never got picked up, I would have kept this. But now that this is in, it's a matter of, do I want to be correct twice, or do I want to only need to be correct once and get this one out of the way? We'll see. I'm going to leave it on for now. And I want to see price action. I want to see what happens when price action approaches like the 25, I guess. And we'll see. So I have an alert at the top to let me know that I've been stopped out. I'd be surprised if it made it there. But I mean, it could, right? Just because I said that, it probably will do that. And then when it hits near the 33.25, I'll take a look at what I want to do with these. I might just, if this hits, it'll just close two of my positions. Now that I understand how Tradeovate works, when you have orders in front of it, it'll just close two of my positions, or it'll close this position and just get in for one. Like, for example, if I just don't do anything, this position will, I'll win I'll win this trade completely. I'll be in one position out of it, on the to the other side, right, to the long side. And if that's wrong as well, I will also get picked up on these two, that's where it's kind of dangerous. Because to my knowledge, could be wrong about this part, but if this position gets closed out by this order in front of it, these do not get canceled. It's really stupid, right? It's really dumb. The bracket order should disappear completely, but I believe it won't. I almost kind of want to see that happen because I don't really care that much. I'm still in the very, very beginning phases of this prop firm challenge, and I just want to get used to things before I commit to bigger trades. But to my knowledge, my understanding is this position will get closed. This position will become one lot size. I don't know what happens to this one. I hope this stops me out before this even gets triggered. But if it stops me out, then I can get into another one. If it continues to go, this will be a buy limit that is just kind of orphaned out there with no stop loss. That'll be dangerous. So it's important for me. So that's why, like, in situations like this, it's really important for me to just be proactive. And that's the nature of this prop firm. That it requires me to be way more active than the other CFD forex prop firm. So it's not a bad thing. It's just much higher stakes, which is the nature of futures anyway. That's why I moved away from futures and went into the CFD market, because it was just easier. It was like playing on easy mode. This is playing on hard mode. And it's okay. I mean, I know how to do it. It just yeah, I just have to be way more active and alert and attentive to this whole thing. So hopefully this comes down quickly, and I'll just have to pay attention to it.